Hey, what's up fellas, it's Mikey with Padbangers.com. Welcome to a new gear check, and today we will have a look at the Arturia Keystep. Very small but powerful MIDI controller for your DAW and your iPad. Let's check it out. Alright, so here we have it, the Arturia Keystep. It's a very compact MIDI controller keyboard with 37 mini keys. These are actually exactly the same as on the Mini Lab from Arturia. Also, the housing is exactly the same type of plastic. It's all plastic, but it feels actually pretty good. It doesn't feel cheap. The knobs and buttons feel pretty solid, and for the price you get a really good quality here. On the left side we got a pitch and mod touch strip, as well as octave transpose buttons. And it also comes with really cool features like an Arpegiator. You also get a hold function for that. And of course different playing styles like order, random. You also get a programmable sequencer here, and you can you get 8 slots to save your presets or your sequences. Of course, you can also record your own sequences. And you get different timing divisions. Pretty cool. There's also a third feature, which is a chord function. You hold down the shift and the hold button to activate the chord recording, and then you just press the notes you want to play with the chord. So just like that. Now the button is flashing. That means it's activated. Yeah, there are no knobs or sliders to control your software. This is not the intention of the Keystep. The Keystep is really a performing keyboard with sequences and arpeggiators. To the sequences, I have to say there's one downside. Every time the Keystep receives a MIDI start message, the sequencer will play. There's no way to turn this off. There's one workaround, and I did this right here. In the software that comes with the Arturia Keystep, you can save and edit the sequences on your computer. And I just took slot 8 and deleted all notes from the sequence and saved it. So when it now receives a MIDI start function, you see actually the sequencer is running, but there are no notes that play back. The downside here is you can't play any notes because it's playing the sequence. If you stop the sequence, you can play the notes again. So keep that in mind. If that's a downer for you, you should be aware of that. I can live with that pretty good, so I record my sequence and I play it back, and if I'm done I just turn it over to slot 8 and it keeps silent. I hope there will be a software update in the future that allows us to disable the sequencer, but yeah, until that I live with this solution. Now, arpeggiators and sequencers are cool features, but it's not really new to anything. So what makes the Keystep so special? And the answer is everything that's on the back side of the controller. So let's turn it around and check it out. Because what you see here is a lot of connections. And this is really the strength of the Keystep. On the left side, we got the USB cable, which is now hooked up to my computer. We got CV outputs for controlling the modular gear, we got a modulation output, gate and pitch. There's an input for a sustain pedal. We got clock in and out. Also pretty nice to sync, for example, the drum root auto modular with it. We got MIDI in and out, and we got selection for the clock. So let me explain you my setup a little bit, and you will see why I love the Keystep so much. The USB port in my setup goes to my iPad. I can use the step sequencer and arpeggiator and the keyboard with my iPad. At the same time, I'm receiving clock via MIDI from my computer, and I'm sending MIDI from the keyboard back to my computer, so I can use it with the computer and the iPad at the same time. And also at the same time, I'm using the CV outs to trigger my modular. I use sync out to send clock to the modular, and I use pitch, gate, and modulation to control the actual modular. And that way I can control 3 devices in my studio from just one controller at the same time. So yes, this is the Arturia Keystep, a really great controller. The price is $120. It's really a steal for the amount of connectivity and the feature set you get with this controller. Of course, there are no faders and knobs to control your DAW. This is really aiming for the hardware enthusiasts out there who want to run their modular from it, and also keyboards and maybe their iPad at the same time. And that said, it does a fantastic job. It's very versatile. The only downside, as I mentioned before, is you can't stop the sequencer from playing when it receives a MIDI start message unless you sacrifice one of the slots for sequence messages. I hope there will be a firmware update in the future that allows us to do that. Until then, I can live with this solution. That's it for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If so, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future episodes. See you guys next time. Mike, padbangers.com. Peace out.